afternoon and welcome to CityCast.
We are back with stories from Bangalore. I am Arpita J. Kumar.
And I am Tarab Zaidi. Here are the top stories. Driving lessons to get expensive.
BMTC has only one woman driver.
Helmets without ISI marks in demand.
Driving lessons set to get more expensive. Our reporter Shreya Zupa tells us why.
The motor driving training costs in the city to rise by 30%. Moreover, the number of training package sessions has come down to 80%.
Petrol rate 56 ರೂಪಾಯಿ 57 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಆವಾಗ ನಾವು 3500 ಇಲ್ಲ 4000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೋ. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಇವಾಗ 6500 ಮಾಡಿ. ಈಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲ್ ರೇಟ್ ಇನ್ನೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಈಗ 8500 ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ.
There are around 10,000 driving schools in the city, but the increase in the training costs makes it difficult for the aspiring learners to opt for training.
6,500 only is difficult to pay and take the training right now. They are telling about next it will be around 8,000, 9,000 something like that petrol for the training with license.
Driving school owners are also concerned about the proposed amendment to the Central Motor Vehicle Rules. The rule mandates that schools should have an infrastructure of at least 2 acres of adequate parking area for vehicles meant to be used for training.
We came to know that the government has privatizing everything. So because we have a concern that we against of that. After pandemic we lost almost 78% business. Only 30% we are opting.
Experts say that notification for accredited driving centers would help the government keep a check on unqualified schools.
The students who have secured certificate from the accredited driving school would be exempted from the performing driving test. This can gradually raise the issue of learning credibility that whenever the student have learned enough to do away with the test.
With no relief on the fuel prices and increase in training costs, the consumers are likely to have a burden on their pockets. This is Shreya Zupa reporting for CityCast.
BMTC does not have many women drivers despite a program that was conducted for them. Our reporter Shreya Matthews tells us why.
Under the Nirbhaya scheme, BMTC announced that more women would be trained to drive heavy passenger vehicles. However, the corporation has only one woman driver so far.
There aren't many women drivers because driving a bus is considered tough according to the women conductors. In 2018, BMTC enrolled 115 women and trained them in driving heavy passenger and light motor vehicles. BMTC has been given 7.5 crores to train up to 1,000 women for free. Out of this, only 2 crores have been utilized for CCTV cameras.
Hi, this is Ramya from Bangalore, and this is BMTC bus stop in Majestic, and we can see here there is no any lady drivers. Only we can see the conductors, but if there is any lady drivers, it would be more helpful for the women in the night.
ಕೆಲಸನೇ ಈಸಿ ಅಂತ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಕೆಲಸನೇ ಸರ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು.
In employment is a very important issue. For more women to take up these jobs, it needs to be gender sensitive.
Although women driving heavy vehicles in the West is common, in India, driving a bus is still considered a masculine job. This is reporter Shreya Matthews for CityCast.
Vendors in the city sell more non-ISI helmets. Our reporter Shayantan tells us what the impact is.
Sales of non-ISI helmets are high in Bangalore. Most people ignore or do not check when they buy. Roadside vendors sell around 10 to 15 non-ISI helmets a day, but only 1 or 2 helmets a week. This raises question on the safety of the riders.
नहीं यहीं से गिरता तो टूट जाता है वाला, गाड़ी से नीचे गिरेगा तो टूट जाएगा, कुछ भी सेफ नहीं है इसमें। है क्या 150 में क्या मिलेगा जब मेरे को ही 10-20 रुपीस आता है तो।
The Ministry of Road Transport and Highways has issued a notification stating that from 1st June 2021, all two-wheeler helmets manufactured and sold in India will have to have an ISI mark. Buyers say they are aware of the risks of buying the non-ISI mark helmets.
If I go to shop means they will charge more. Otherwise, police will charge 500 rupees. Better I will give for 150 rupees and I will buy this. I can save 350 rupees, right?
The traffic police record shows a 56% rise in cases of bikers without helmets from 2019 to 2020. 38% of the total deceased in road accidents are motorists. NCRB data shows the number is around 59,000 accidental deaths in 2019.
One should understand their safety. Buying these non-ISI helmets, that is a poor quality helmet from the open market, it endangers the road users or the bikers. They may go to the coma, might be for 3 years or 5 years, or sometimes even they lose their life also.
Experts say people should think before they buy helmets. On the other hand, it is not only the job of the police, but other NGOs and organizations who should take responsibilities to create awareness. This is Shantan Chandra for CityCast.
We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back.
Street vendors suffer the consequences of repeated relocations by BBMP. Our reporter Roshni Nair talks to the street vendors and tells us why.
The structure for the new market is built in Coxtown, about a kilometre away from the old one. BBMP officials have stated that the new market building will have space to accommodate 75 to 100 stalls once completed. The vendors are being relocated as the lack of space resulted in traffic congestions. The stalls that once earned 800 a day earn only about 200 after being relocated. Meanwhile, a few of them were given spaces on rent in the old market. This has lowered their daily earnings.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಾಗ ಹೋಗೋರು ಬರೋರು ತಗೊಂತಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಸಂದು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ಪಾಮ ಹಂಗೆ ಏನಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಅದರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಲಾಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.
BBMP officials say they do not have the funds to complete the work.
ಈಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಆ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ನ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಓವರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫುಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸಗಳು ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ
Under the Street Vendors Livelihood and Protection Act, vendors cannot be relocated to a place which affects their daily income negatively.
Relocation, the street vendors will be given a choice of where they can be relocated. Now none of that has happened, and therefore they are not complying with the law. So therefore, any sort of relocation which even they are doing right now is actually illegal. No matter if they have any budgetary allocation or whatever it is.
Legal experts say that usually in such cases it's best for the vendors to form a union and address the issue to higher authorities. Even though the vendors are ready to seek legal help, they're unsure about the difference it would make. This is reporter Roshni Nair signing off for CityCast.
The pandemic has affected businesses across the globe. Our reporter Anurag Gupta tells us how bookstores in Bangalore are an exception.
The bookstores in Bengaluru see a hike in their sales amidst the pandemic. These stores now witness a greater footfall as compared to the pre-COVID times. The bookstores say that earlier they used to sell 70 to 80 books in a day, but now the sales have increased to about 100 books or even more per day.
Around 20-25% compared to before. 80% of the business we are doing compared to pre-COVID. In settled stages, so it's good now.
The bookstores say that the demand for fictional and philosophical books have gone up. Apart from that, the sales of children's books have also peaked. The shops report an increased footfall. Even when the shops were closed during the lockdown, the readers used to order books through WhatsApp, Instagram and Facebook.
We all found it difficult as being an avid reader. So me as well, I got books from the online through one of my friends to get back of books and enjoy reading.
The stores say that it is the general appreciation that people have for books that has helped them survive the lockdown. The publishing houses too had to bear the brunt of the financial crisis initially, but when the stores picked up the sales, these publishing houses became optimistic about recovering from losses soon. The bookstores in the city are now looking at more footfall in their shops as their businesses continue to grow at a steady pace post-lockdown. This is Anurag Gupta signing off for CityCast.
Thank you for watching CityCast.
Do log in to citycast.in, our online publication, for more such stories.